Okay, welcome back. Our last project, we did something like this. So you had the lines pre-made and then you practiced doing the background to them. For this one, I want you to practice making the lines yourself and then adding the background. So you're gonna need a piece of blank paper and a pencil and an eraser to begin with. So I'm gonna have you start by making a shape, nice and big, on your paper. It can be anything you want. I wouldn't make it too complicated. Something nice and big on your paper. Now we're going to practice doing the bands, the ribbon strips that go across your shape. So I like to start in the middle. And I'm just going to make a curved line, like a smiley face or the bottom of a boat or an upside down rainbow. And then I'm going to match that line. And I found that my hand moves better this way because of the pivot of the wrist. So I'm actually going to turn my paper just to make it easier for my hand to make that line. Okay, that's our first ribbon. Then I'm going to skip a space. I'll make it a little bit smaller than my ribbon so it doesn't look so like uniform. So I'll make another line that's a little bit smaller than my ribbon. Okay. And then I'll erase in between so I don't get confused. Okay, this is my ribbon. This is going to be my second ribbon, and that's the space in between. So I've got my first two lines, another line, and then I want this distance to be the same as this distance. So this is about an inch, so I want this to be about an inch. So now I'll just echo that arc, and that's my second ribbon. Awesome. Now whatever space this is, I want to do about the same space there. So I'm going to make a little mark, and then I'll just echo that one again. And then erase so I don't get confused. This is the space in between. Okay, same thing. So I want this distance, which is the same as this, to be the same as this. So I might make a little mark, and then I'm going to curve that like that. Cool. There's not a lot of room for that last ribbon, so I could just do a little sliver of a ribbon like that, and then erase this space in between. So there's just a tiny little ribbon there. Whoop. Okay, let's do the same thing going this way. So here's my ribbon, so I need the space in between. So whatever space that is, I want it to be roughly the same here. So I'm going to echo that arc and then erase. And then whatever that width of my ribbon, I want the width of that ribbon here. So I'll do the same thing. And then whatever the width of that space is, I want the width of that space here. And then I'll erase because this is the space between. And whatever the width of that ribbon is, I want the width of that ribbon here. And then the width of the space. And then the width of the ribbon again. And erase that space. And then maybe a tiny little ribbon sliver there. So what you're left with is ribbon, space, ribbon, space, ribbon, space, ribbon. Mine got a little sloppy, and that's okay. I'm gonna clean them up. But as I clean them up, I kind of want to curve up the corner because these ribbons are bending around. So when I go to tidy up my lines, really curve that corner. Have it pull up just a little bit more, and that will help with your illusion. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now before I try to do the back part, I'm going to go over these in pen. So I'm going to slowly and carefully go over my lines in pen. Here I go. Okay, once it's outlined in pen, take a moment and you really erase it with your eraser. Here we go. Okay, now that it's erased, I can start doing the curls that go around the back. Now, if you remember from last time, we started at the bottom, and you're going to start on one side and end up a level on the other side. So I'm going to start here on the left, and I'm going to curve up and end up on the right. And I'm going to add kind of a parallel line like that. Okay, looks good. And then I'll erase any place where it goes over the ribbons. Okay, so let's go up a layer. So starting on the left, I'm going to end up going up to the right. So here we go. Up to the right. Same thing here. Up and to the right. And then I can erase inside of the ribbons. Okay, beautiful. So let's go up one more. I'm going to start on the left and I'm going to go up and to the right. So I'll curve up and end up on the next row up on the right hand side like that. Let's get the bottom of that ribbon. Okay, cool. And then erasing any place where it goes over the ribbons like this. Okay, it's starting to take shape like that peeled potato or that peeled apple. Let's go up one more. Starting on the left, I'm going to go up to the right. Like that. And then just checking that that lines up. Yes, it does. I'm going to erase any place where it goes over the ribbons. Okay, let's go up one more. Starting on the left, going to end up to the right. Okay, and get that bottom line. Nice. And then erase any place where it goes over the ribbons. I'm kind of rushing. You'll take your time. I just don't want you to have to wait for me. So I'm going a little faster than I normally would. Okay, this one to this one. Here we go. That kind of hard to see, kind of overlapped the other one, but that's okay. And then this one is going to come right here. So this one comes right here. Gosh, this is kind of a tricky one. I might have to just make that up a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then maybe I have a little curl on the bottom. Curl on the top, curl on the bottom. All right, when you like it, go ahead and go over your lines in pen. Remember, don't go over any of the lines on your ribbon. The ribbon should stay empty. So if you haven't erased those marks yet, go ahead and do that. And then just take your time and double check. Am I going over the ribbon? No. All right, trying to make your lines look like they're one continuous thing. Carefully go over your lines. Here we go. Okay, now that your lines are in a pen, go in with your eraser and erase all your pencil marks. Here we go. Okay, awesome. Now, just like we did with this picture, we're going to shade the outside one color, making sure we go from dark to light on the edges, and then the inside a different color. I'm kind of feeling a nice brick red for the outside, and then maybe like a turquoise green for the inside. We'll see. I'm going to start with the outside, going from dark to light on the edges. Here I go. Okay, I have my outside, and this looks a little bit to me like an apple, so I might do kind of a mint green on the inside. To me, that feels a little appley, even though apples are normally white on the inside. Or maybe I'll do yellow. Basically, it's up to me. So now I'm going to color the inside with whatever sounds good. Here I go. All right, so I've added my ribbons and I have the line behind them, and I can kind of trace it to make sure that it works out okay. I have it going from dark to light on the outside and then some coloring on the inside. Take a nice quality photo and turn this in and you're done. Have a good day. Thanks for making art.